Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're trying to find easier ways to get funding on the business side and personal side, I got some new data points for you. And the first one is TransUnion. That's right, TransUnion, their own credit scoring system. And who actually is using this here scoring system? And this is actually going to help a lot of you get access to funding much easier. Okay, now understanding why is this new TransUnion symbol so important? If you guys go to Credit Karma, if you guys use Credit Karma for your scoring, okay, so Credit Karma usually gives you a TransUnion score and a Equifax score. And I keep telling you, those are Vantage scores, right? So with TransUnion, Echo 9, now again, TransUnion has been picking up more data. So this is helping with that Vantage score system. So with this TransUnion Vantage scoring system, it's comparative to I want to say a Vantage score 4, okay? Because it's picking up more data. Now, in terms of how do you build up this score so that you have higher chance of approvals, this is where I tell you about adding the rent payments. And if you don't know how to do that, there's a link in the description for that, but also your utilities, your subscriptions, authorized users. For those of you that need authorized users, you can schedule a one-on-one consultation for that as well. But the interesting thing about this here system, this TransUnion Cyber system is comparative to a Vantage scoring system, right? Now, who's using this system? Well, let's take a look. The first one is Regions Bank. That's right, Regions, we talk about Regions and what they pull. Well, just found out Regions Bank actually uses the TransUnion symbol system. So it's a Vantage scoring system. So again, comparative to a Vantage 4 scoring system. Now with Regions Bank, many of you all know that this is or you should be aware if you're following me, that this is a Tier 2 financial institution. Okay? And so for those of you who may not understand what that Tier 2 means. Tier 2 means that they're not as heavily restricted in terms of when you have a lower credit score in order to help you qualify for funding. Okay? So like with your major banks like Bank of America, Chase, American Express, right? Those are your Tier 1. Okay? Now you may include U.S. Bank as well as Wells Fargo. However, because those use a TransUnion FICO 9, those can be categorized as a Tier 2 as well. As a matter of fact, even Capital One is a Tier 1, but Capital One can be a Tier 1 as well as a Tier 3, and Wells Fargo can be a Tier 1 as well as a Tier 2 or 3 as well. So I would have to get more into that for those of you that may have more questions. I know it's confusing, but at the same time, just stick with me because this is going to help you in terms of making it much easier for you to get access to funding. Now, since Regions Bank uses TransUnion Civil, which is comparative to a Vantage score, this is what makes it much easier for you to get access because again, you can include the authorized users, the utility bills, and so on, all right? Now they have the personal credit cards, and one thing I always tell you guys, since this is a regional bank, if you're not in the region, you're trying to get access to these cards, especially with business cards, I would say that with business cards, then you would have to open up a foreign entity, meaning you would have to hire a registered agent. They would open up a foreign entity, and then you can apply for their business credit products, okay? The good thing about it is their personal products, they offer credit cards, which is from 0% for 12 months on both of their credit card products, all right? Now, let's look at in terms of their lines of credit. This is something that I think if you're trying to minimize your exposure to paying a lot of interest rates, but you want to always have access to the money, especially if you're trying to start a business, okay, then you want to get a line of credit. Okay, so they offer a line of credit, and as you can see here, this line of credit goes up to $50,000. Up to $50,000. Now, they do offer a checking line of credit as well. But definitely, you want to get that line of credit, because with that line of credit, you can pay everything. Car note, mortgage, rent, utilities. Just using that line of credit, pay it down with your paycheck and could continue using it and still help you build that relationship with the bank, as well as building up your credit score. So that's one. Now, again, they do offer the loan. So in terms of the loans, I wouldn't go after an auto loan. Stay away from the auto loan. Use the line of credit. Trust me, because if you use the line of credit to buy the car, then when you start paying back to the line of credit, you still have access to that line of credit, plus you own the car. So that's the reason I tell people to use the line of credit. Now, in terms of their personal loans, because they do offer the personal loans, I think their personal loans go up to $50,000 as well. And just to confirm that, there you go. Okay? So they do offer the personal loans as well. And for those of you that's trying to build up your credit and stuff like that, you can see here they do offer the secured installment loans also, as well as the deposit loans to help you build up your credit. It's just credit cards. And usually, again, what we're looking for is to see if any of their business credit cards offer a balance transfer. I don't care about rewards. I care about saving money. So seeing if this here business credit card, 0% APR on purchases, no annual fee. But the good thing about it, you can use for purchases. Now, another thing about it, when you get these business credit cards, sometimes they may give you a check for you to liquidate, okay? For you to liquidate that credit card over into your business bank account like that. So that's a great thing to have. Now, let's look at this. That's the interest rate. I'm trying to see how long this 0%. Oh, it's for 6 months on purchases. Well, still not bad, because you're still saving a little money. That being said, what's the other? Security Service Federal Credit Union. Now, they offer the credit cards and stuff. And like I said, just keep in mind, since this is a TransUnion, it's comparative to a FICO 9 and a Vantage 4. So it's much easier to get approved through these here institutions, okay? So they offer the, they offer the credit cards. And unfortunately, like their credit card, they don't have a credit card that actually with a 0 interest. This is the lowest one that they have, which is still not bad. Like I said, it's a Vantage for a comparative credit card. So TransUnion. So that's the reason that it's important. So that being said, let's look at in terms of the personal loans and see if they offer the lines of credit. And two, I did see that they do offer the lines of credit. So they offer the lines of credit as well. So again, making it much easier for you to get access to the funding you need. All right. So you're not stuck on a FICO 8 scoring system with this. Okay. And I have heard that people have instantly been approved for like $40,000 in a line of credit from Security Service Credit Union. Now again, TransUnion. Keep focused, it's a TransUnion. Now this is a Vantage scoring financial institution as well, right? So this is one I always talk about, which is BCU. Now BCU is a TransUnion FICO 9, all right? So it's definitely one of those institutions you want to join. In terms of how to join, let's pull it up right here so we'll know. 4 ways to join with them, right? So through employment, community charter, family, life money you. $5, and they'll waive the $5 so you can join, all right? Now this is not geo-restricted as well with this here credit union. Nor is security is not geo-restricted also, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, another financial institution is Viridian. Viridian is one of those financial institutions, TransUnion, Vantage 3 scoring as well. And as you can see here, they offer the products also, looking at the credit cards, trying to see if they offer 0% credit cards. So they don't offer any balance transfer credit cards. Usually like a platinum credit card is usually like the credit card that would let you know, okay, this is a 0% interest credit card, okay? Usually your platinum credit cards are the ones that you want to look at, okay? Now, you can see here, these are signature. So usually with signature credit cards, okay, especially if it says signature credit card, usually these are the credit cards that are going to start you at about $5,000. If it says infinite Visa, then those are the ones that usually start up maybe about $10,000. Okay, sometimes they may start you lower, but it would never be more likely. It will not go below 5,000, I should say. So on the signature and the Visa, the signature, yes. But the infinite, you definitely going to get at least 5,000. All right, just so that you know. Now, in terms of let's see if this is a 0%. It's no annual fee, but it's 14.4. All right, which is not bad. But what I like to do, again, we always want to make sure that we're getting access to money. Okay, so no balance transfer fee. So this here card here, whenever you see this here, no balance transfer fee, that means that you can liquidate this card. However, you'll have your average daily rate that they're going to charge, but they won't charge you a balance transfer fee. Like for most institutions, like a balance transfer fee, they may charge 10%. So if you had $1,000, they'll charge you $100 to do a balance transfer. But because you see this no balance transfer fee, that means that you can take $1,000 off the card and transfer it directly into your checking account, and they won't charge you a fee. They'll just charge you your daily as advance rate. Now, again, sometimes they will send you out checks so that you can actually liquidate the card. So that's a good situation to be in. But at least you know that if you need to do a balance transfer, they don't charge any fees, which will help you get access to more funding. Vantage 4, right? Now, RBFCU, Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union, they are a Vantage 4. They use Vantage 4, okay? So, again, with Vantage scoring systems, that's where they calculate in your authorized users, utilities, and so on, as I mentioned earlier. But at the same time, they have great products. Let's look at the credit cards. Looking at the credit cards of the overview, they all offer the Master credit card, so which is great. Now, looking at this, no annual fee, here's the Premier rate. What we're looking for, again, is seeing if they are doing a balance transfer. So there's no annual fee, no foreign transaction fee. So that's for that. But what we're trying to do is see if there's a 0% interest rate. So they don't offer a 0% interest rate. Wait a minute. Introductory APR offer. See, there is not 0%, but it's 2.9. So that's still not bad, but we always want that 0% if we can get it. Nonetheless, it's an easier financial institution not only to join, but to be able to get approved for higher limits. Now, your credit unions are Tier 3. So you have your major banks with like Bank of America, which is Tier 1. Your Tier 2 is your regional banks, just like Regions Bank, US, PNC. Those are your regional type of banks. And then your Tier 3, like I said, this would be a Tier 3 financial institution. All right. Now, that's their credit cards. let's see what they offer in terms of personal loans. One of the key elements, like I said, we always want to know, do they offer lines of credit? And so this is exactly what we're looking for. So we know that they do offer the line of credit. In terms of the limit on that line of credit, that's a difference. Now, as you can see here, this is the first time I've seen this, that you see their signature loan is 12.15, and then their line of credit is 12.7. So for 5 years. Now, here's my take on it. Again, even if this here loan was even at a 9%, and this was at 12%, I'll still take the line of credit. I'll still go for the line of credit because, again, that's money that as I'm paying it back, I can continue to use. So that's the reason why you want to always have access to the money. All right. Now, for those of you that may have questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off of the personal credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.